Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambeau channel. XRP is in arguably about the strongest position it's ever been in, as laughably from my perspective anyway, the crypto markets enter fear yet again because reasons. And so I want to talk about this latest Moon Lambeau hot jam. And look, I understand you could certainly lay out the argument, hey, how is it that you could say that XRP is in pretty much the strongest position it's ever been in with this SEC lawsuit going on? Well, I think the effects of the SEC lawsuit to this point have been pretty clear. There was devastating impact for XRP holders early on, and then the market bounced back, and ever since, XRP has resumed moving in tandem with the rest of the market. And understand that it's only, I can't remember exactly what the percentage is, but it's estimated to be somewhere between maybe 5, maybe 10% of total trading in the world before the lawsuit was in the United States. And not all of that's gone, by the way. It just shifted to the few platforms that continue to allow the trading of XRP. So over 90%, I believe, of trading of XRP, it's global. And those people are not going to stop speculating on it. And it's, again, like I said, very clear that even the worst news on the planet, which was the SEC going after Ripple, claiming that XRP is being sold as a security, even that couldn't stop this. So what the hell else do you think is going to happen here that's going to make things worse than that? And so you're sitting here looking at XRP where it's at positionally, but you might want to draw on the past before making conclusions about what's reasonable to believe here, because don't forget, like, at least from my perspective, we are still in a bull market, and it's inevitable that we're finally going to see a last leg up. But we are most of the way through the bull cycle. So whether you say that's 80% or 85%, whatever your percentage of you'd estimate that we are through this based on historically, these roughly 4-year boom and bust cycles, we're towards the tail end of it. But the tail end is where the greatest fireworks happen. That's where you see the grand finale here. So look, I want to be clear at the outset, I don't have a financial background of any kind. I'm not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys talking about topics surrounding Ripple and XRP and crypto in general, but that's all that's going on here. I'm just an enthusiast engaging in a very fun hobby. As I record this, XRP is at 70 cents. Bitcoin's at $37,801, market cap for the asset class 1.56 trillion. And Bitcoin dominance at 45.39%. But what about that crypto fear and greed index? Ah, yes, here we are. Well, don't forget, within the last few weeks or so, we were at a 10 out of 100 indicating extreme fear. And then just maybe, I don't know, roughly 2 days, maybe it was 3 days ago, I don't know, it all blurs together at this point. But within the last few days, let's say, crypto actually entered into greed again, very briefly. But we're at 60 out of 100 on the crypto fear and greed index, 60 out of 100. And now we're down to 42 out of 100. And so I want to highlight this again just to illustrate very clearly that whatever is happening directionally in terms of price action in that exact moment, that will result in corresponding emotions. So if we're seeing for that day downward price action, you're going to see a push down. And if you're seeing upward price action in general, you're going to see a move up into greed or maybe even extreme greed. And looking at what is happening in the short-term data shows is not a good way to determine whether or not you should buy or sell or hold. And just using emotions, data shows not a good way to determine whether or not you should buy or sell or hold. So I'm looking at this, how laughable everything is from my perspective, because damn, XRP, yeah, I get it. Okay, so it's at 70 cents. But it's like, you have to understand, everything sounds impossible to the stereotypical retail speculator until it becomes reality. Case in point, take a look at this article. This is from December 30th, 2017. So this is before XRP hit its all-time high, ultimately, of almost $4, which occurred on January 4th of 2018. So this article, again, December 30th, 2017, several days before it ended up hitting its all-time high. Here's the headline. Digital currency Ripple, they mean XRP, but back then especially it was prevalent conflating Ripple and XRP, but that's what it says. Digital currency Ripple soars nearly 56%, becomes second largest cryptocurrency by market cap. And again, folks, like, for those of you that weren't there, you need to understand these things, like, they happen snap of a finger, just like that, very, very quickly. In a matter of 2.5 weeks, roughly, XRP went from 20-something cents to almost $4. And look at that headline. And so I know that not everybody listening was in crypto and got to live through that. And I do think that there is something to like living through the moment that helps it really just be absorbed. Yeah, of course, drawing upon history, understanding data, very useful. But I do think that living through it adds, and not everybody got that, unfortunately. But this stuff can happen super duper quick, and it just... And if you're somebody that doesn't understand how humans behave in markets, if you're holding an asset for X amount of time and it feels subjectively like a long time to you, you'll start to think, man, this is never going to happen. Look at all these other coins that are taking off, until the money does ultimately splinter off and head into XRP also. Because every mid and large cap coin on the planet went parabolic last market cycle, and humans are behaving about the same this time, so I don't see why it would be different. But here you go. And XRP overtook Ethereum. So take a look at this. XRP surged nearly 56% Friday to an all-time high, surpassing Ethereum as the second largest cryptocurrency by market capitalization. Officially called XRP, it climbed 55.9% to a record high of $2.23 Friday afternoon, according to CoinMarketCap. The digital currency had a market cap of $86.3 billion, surpassing Ethereum's $73 billion, according to the website. Earlier, the two cryptocurrencies vied for the second place spot as prices fluctuated in morning trading. Now think about this. Like $2.23, we almost saw that already this year, and we didn't have the most explosive part of the bull cycle. Like XRP was right at $2 in April of this year. And so you're talking about this $2.23, and this was towards the final leg of the parabolic action of the entire market cycle. What does that tell you? The big burst up to $2, that wasn't the final leg, my friends. But to me, that's a reason to be excited. How high is this going to go? Well, because look at this now. Consider this. So here's an article where they're citing things happened quickly, and XRP overtook Ethereum. And you are going to see some back and forth, I believe, this market cycle between XRP and Ethereum. I think it's probable anyway. You don't know for sure, but if I had to guess, I'd say yeah, it seems real. Because fine, I understand you've got this big gap in market cap. XRP today, 32 billion, Ethereum 289 billion. Oh my gosh, there's such a disparity. How could XRP get up there? Well, again, as I just illustrated, when it happens fast, very, very fast. And then people, they get FOMO, fear of missing out, and money just pours in, and people bid up the price so quick. Like not that much money even needs to flow in because people will bid up the price so quickly. And so it's kind of like I was saying the other day. Do you think that XRP will ever have an equivalent market cap to what Ethereum has right now? Because even then you're talking about over $6 XRP. Or do you think it's never going to have? So to me, the idea doesn't make sense. I think Ethereum's going to go much higher. I certainly suspect, and that's what I keep seeing. I wanted to mention that too in this video. What I'm seeing from a ton of analysts that I'm following over the last 24, 48 hours in particular, I'm seeing a lot of analysts talking about Ethereum and how it's gearing up for another massive leg up. And so if Ethereum is going to have another massive leg up, even if XRP lags behind like it historically has, when it finally goes, do you not think that it could match or take over Ethereum in terms of market cap? Because there's all sorts of people that say Ethereum's going back up to, the $4,400 range, upwards of maybe $10,000, which would give it, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, over $1 trillion market cap. Well, if XRP is even going to be half that, my gosh, like you're looking at an insane price. You'd already built at $500 billion market cap, XRP would still be over $10. And so if Ethereum's really going to get up to 10,000 and XRP matches it in terms of market cap, which it did in the previous market cycle, it pretty well matched it, then yeah, you'd be looking at even higher. You'd be looking at like $20 XRP. And so I'm not predicting any of that. I'm just saying that most of the reason this price action happens, it's not because of fundamentals. It's not. It's just speculative, emotion-based people throwing money at everything, which is why the market moves in tandem. Like, it's so obvious to me the market moves in tandem for these reasons. Do we not think that it's going to ultimately go parabolic at some point? Well, I sure as hell do. That's for damn sure. It'd be super strange to me if it did not. I think that there's very close to a 0% chance of that. So the question is kind of like, how high is it going to go? Well, that's what we're going to find out together. That's why this ride is so damn fun here. But yes, it's perfectly plausible to think that despite how far XRP today is behind Ethereum, that it's perfectly plausible to think that it could exceed Ethereum in terms of market cap. And so take a look at this. Here is a headline. I don't want to read the article, but I just want to highlight this to give you an example of part of what I've been reading through. I read this article. It's titled, Ethereum is set to explode, says prominent crypto analyst Nicholas Merton. Here's why. And I've been following Nicholas Merton since the tail end of 2017. Well, not the tail, well, okay, tail end. Yeah, I guess it probably was early December. I had only been in crypto at that point for like a couple weeks or so. I was brand new and just absorbing everything I could. But I always thought he's a pretty level-headed guy, even though he's not a fan of Ripple, not a fan of XRP for ideological reasons. He's not a troll about it, so he never really bothered me. People can have their opinions. I just think he's wrong, and he would think I'm wrong. So, cool. Not a problem. We can be adults there. But as far as Ethereum and expectations in the market here, I keep seeing this all over the damn place. And so I even thought before recording, it's like, I could just have like 10 tabs open of different analysts that are well-respected in the space saying effectively the same thing, but I was like, I don't really want to open 10 tabs for the purpose of that. I'll just cite that is the case. It's all over the damn place. And so if Ethereum really is going to blow up, do you think that XRP and Ethereum aren't going to have a little bit of back and forth again this market cycle? Because I'll not be surprised to see it. Which is why I keep saying, I personally think that the best is yet to come. And so while the whole market's in fear again because reasons, my God, can you imagine living like that? It's just whatever is happening in the moment, you actually feel accordingly. I would go freaking nuts. And so instead what I did, and it does help having actual experience in the space for some time, like for me it really did help. I mean, I'm a data guy, don't get me wrong, but still having the experience, there is something to it. But this is why I don't forget. Like, I have the information. I can see how humans have been behaving for the entirety of the existence of the crypto asset class. And it tells me that they do a bunch of silly-ass stuff. And for the last 12 years, crypto has just been climbing up and up and up and up. And I believe firmly that it's going to continue doing that. In fact, take a look at this article from the Daily Hodl. Bitcoin's parabolic advance still intact despite severe correction, according to seasoned trader Peter Brandt. Now, Peter Brandt, well, he's famous for a lot of reasons. He's been around just in terms of just being a chart analyst for decades, but he's very famous in crypto more recently for calling the top of the last Bitcoin cycle when Bitcoin hit almost $20,000. And he also called the bottom. He called the bottom when Bitcoin got down to whatever its low was in mid-December 2018 of around, whatever it was, $3,200-ish. He called that as well. And so he check out the following. This is interesting. Veteran trader Peter Brandt says that Bitcoin's parabolic phase is still very much intact despite the leading cryptocurrency's 50% retracement from its all-time high in $64,000. In a new interview with crypto analyst Scott Melker, Brandt says Bitcoin continues to be on a long-term upward trend, but added that volatility will remain a key feature of the flagship crypto. And here's a quote. We're still very much in a parabolic advance. I think the key thing is people get hung up on a $100 up, a $100 down, a $1,000 up, a $10,000 up, $10,000 down. We're in a long-term bull trend. It's going to take a substantial amount for me to change my opinion on that, so let me pause. That's the reason I wanted to highlight this piece, and he is hitting the nail on the head. He has decades of experience. He knows this. He's not emotionally responding to the price action. I'm not either. Like, I'm not saying this to like brag or anything like that. I felt fear in the markets before. I just don't anymore. Like, it just doesn't hit me. I swear to you, it just does not hit me. Because it doesn't matter. It would be weird and scary to me if it wasn't happening, to be honest with you. I'm here for the volatility, and if suddenly it stopped, I actually would be alarmed. The rest of the market might feel safer. I'd be like, what the hell just happened? I'd be freaking out. That would not be good. That would definitely not be good. Which is why I was saying just a moment ago also, to the poor people that just whatever is happening on the daily basis, fear goes up. You know, the crypto fear and green index, fear goes up, fear goes down. I'm like, how can you live like that? Arm yourself with knowledge so that you don't have to live like that. So I'm not telling you to buy or sell or hold anything, do what you want, but my gosh, letting the fear, letting the emotions seep in like that can't be healthy. And so then here's the rest of his quote. I think Bitcoin is definitely a store of value that far exceeds what any fiat currency can offer. That does not mean to say Bitcoin will go up every day, every week, every month. even every year, although it has, of course, for the most part, but we will see volatility. One thing for sure is Bitcoin is that it's going to be volatile. Yes, exactly. So expect the volatility, and rather than be fearful of it, be like, yes, this is the healthy market. This is what the healthy crypto market does. It is wild. It's just a wild-ass bitch, okay? That's fine. That's normal. You want that. If it stops me like, what just immediately changed? This is concerning. But understand also, again, over the last 12 years, we've been trending up despite massive pullbacks, sometimes over 80%, sometimes over 90%, still trending upwards. This is what the data shows. The fear is not logical. It's real. People are feeling this, but it's not rational based on the data. That's my opinion. Now, Seasoned Trader also highlights a key price level where there's tremendous demand for the leading cryptocurrency. And here's another quote. Personally, I think there's a good chance that this $30,000 or so low may hold us. But I'm not sure we're out of the woods yet and cannot maybe penetrate that low. My money is on the fact that low is going to hold for now. But that doesn't mean to say that we may not slip through that, and if we do, we could see some additional liquidation. I mean, really, when you look at it, we know that there's a tremendous demand for Bitcoin at $30,000. Whenever we go down there, we get a bounce. Yeah, and that's what we've seen. Anytime Bitcoin's gotten down there, the volume just spikes up, and you'll see Bitcoin like wick down, and bam, just gets purchased up, lickety split, very quick style. And I would anticipate that would happen if we actually got back down there, and that's an if. So even Peter Brandt is speaking in terms of probability, because that's what you should do if you're a chart analyst and a trader. It's not probable that could happen, but you acknowledge it's possible. He thinks we're going up. I think it's more probable as well that we're going up. Despite the last day or whatever, it's been down a little bit in terms of XRP price and Bitcoin price, and it just doesn't matter, because that volatility that I'm expecting. But what I'm also expecting, which only happens every few years or so, is that parabolic price action specifically for XRP. And it happens in the entire asset class, but that's what I'm here for. I'm still counting on that happening again. Ever since the last bubble inflated at the beginning of 2018, it inflated, XRP bubble inflated up to almost $4, and then it popped, and we saw it XRP got down to 11 cents in March of last year. That's the lowest it ended up getting down to, and now it bounced up to $2 again, now back down to 70 cents. All of this stuff in between isn't going to matter, because my bet is that we're going to see another parabolic move up to the upside, which we haven't seen yet, despite XRP getting up to $2. That's not what I was talking about. That was awesome. That was fun. It was a lot of fun. Good to see. But that's not what I'm talking. I'm talking about the true next parabolic move. And my bet, ever since the XRP bubble popped, is that at some unknown point in the future, it would happen again, and my bet remains. I am not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.